The story of Sam and the homeless man. Sam was the kind of person you'd call a go-getter. Fresh out of college with a degree in marketing, he landed a job at a prestigious firm in the city. Every day was a hustle, waking up early, catching the crowded subway, grabbing a quick coffee, and diving straight into meetings. His life was on track, or so he thought. Like many city dwellers, Sam walked the same route to work each day, passing by the same buildings, the same coffee shops, and the same faces. There was one face, however, that stood out to him more than the others. An old homeless man who sat on the corner of 7th Avenue near the subway entrance. He was there every day, rain or shine, holding a cardboard sign that simply read, "Anything helps." At first, Sam paid little attention to the man. In his world of meetings, deadlines, and promotions, the homeless man was just part of the background. He'd see him briefly as he hurried past, always focused on his phone or mentally reviewing his tasks for the day. But one morning, something changed. That day, Sam's schedule had been unusually light. As he walked by the corner, he made eye contact with the homeless man for the first time. The man's tired, weathered eyes caught his for just a moment, and Sam felt a strange tug in his chest, something he hadn't felt before. Sam brushed the feeling aside and continued to work, but the image of the old man stayed with him throughout the day. His thoughts kept drifting back to that corner, and he found himself wondering who the man was, how he had ended up there, and whether he had a family who missed him. The next morning, as Sam passed by the corner again, he decided to stop. He bent down and handed the man a $5 bill. "Good morning," Sam said awkwardly, unsure of what else to say. The old man looked up at Sam with a smile that seemed to brighten his entire face. "Thank you," he said quietly, his voice raspy and strained. Sam smiled back, but quickly walked away, feeling a mix of awkwardness and satisfaction. After that, Sam began to make stopping by the corner a regular part of his routine. Each day he'd drop off a few dollars or a cup of coffee. Over time, they started talking. The man introduced himself as Harry, and Sam learned that he had once been a construction worker. After an injury that left him unable to work, medical bills piled up, and Harry found himself on the streets. He'd been homeless for over 5 years. Sam's conversations with Harry became the highlight of his mornings. He was surprised by how much wisdom and kindness Harry possessed despite his circumstances. One day, Harry told him, "It's easy to think of people like me as invisible, but we're still here, just like you. The world's just a little colder for us." Those words stuck with Sam. He realized how blind he had been to the struggles of others around him. For years, he had been caught up in his own world, oblivious to the pain and hardship that some people faced daily. One rainy morning, Sam noticed Harry wasn't in his usual spot. He looked around, concerned, but there was no sign of him. The next day was the same. Sam felt an unsettling emptiness as he went about his routine. Days passed, and Harry never returned. Finally, after a week of Harry's absence, Sam decided to do something. He asked around, trying to find out what had happened to Harry. After talking to a few people who worked in the nearby shops, he learned that Harry had been taken to the hospital due to a severe case of pneumonia. Sam rushed to the hospital, hoping to visit Harry. When he arrived, he found Harry lying in a small, dimly lit room. He looked frail, but his face lit up when he saw Sam enter. "I didn't think you'd notice I was gone," Harry said with a weak smile. "Of course I noticed," Sam replied, sitting down beside him. "You're my friend." They talked for a while, and Sam stayed until visiting hours were over. Before leaving, Sam made a promise to Harry. "When you get out of here, I'll help you get back on your feet." Over the next few weeks, Sam visited Harry often. He worked with a local shelter to find Harry a place to stay once he was discharged. Slowly but surely, Harry began to recover. True to his word, Sam helped Harry get settled in the shelter, and even connected him with a non-profit organization that helped people transition out of homelessness. One afternoon, after helping Harry move into a temporary apartment, Sam reflected on the past few months. In the beginning, Harry was just another face in the crowd, someone he passed by without a second thought. But now, Harry had become a close friend, someone who had taught him a valuable lesson about empathy, kindness, and the importance of seeing the humanity in everyone. Sam's life hadn't changed in the ways he had initially expected when he first started his career. He still worked at the same job, lived in the same apartment, and took the same route to work each day. But in another way, everything had changed. He no longer walked through life with blinders on, focused only on his own success. He had learned that sometimes the greatest impact you can make is by simply taking the time to notice and help someone else. And that's the lesson Sam wanted to share. Success isn't just about climbing the corporate ladder or achieving personal goals. It's about making a difference in the lives of others, no matter how small that difference may seem.